Hello students, wish you all a very warm welcome to this channel under the banner of the Zoological Society of Assam for the benefit of the students. Myself Dr. Brishti Datta from Dergaon Kamal Dwara College, Dergaon. Today I am going to discuss a topic from the CBCS syllabus of Environmental Studies under the Unit 2, that is Ecosystem. The topic is Pond Ecosystem. Hope this discussion will be helpful for you. Let us go for the discussion. Now come to the learning outcomes. After going through the whole discussion, you could be able to have an idea about the following points. The points are: what is pond ecosystem, structure of pond ecosystem, components of pond ecosystem, and the functional aspects of pond ecosystem. Now let us go for the discussion. And let us discuss about what is pond ecosystem. A pond ecosystem as a whole serves as a good example of freshwater ecosystem. Ponds are generally shallow water bodies of standing water. That is, ponds are standing water bodies. A pond is a self-sufficient and self-regulating system because in a pond there are communities of various aquatic organisms dependent on each other with the prevailing water environment for their nutrient and survival. Thus, we can study the pond as an ecosystem by making its convenient division into some basic components. Now come to the point structure of pond ecosystem. While come to this point, we must discuss this heading into 2 points: zonation and components. First come to the zonation. Depending on the light penetration, it has the following zones. First one is littoral zone, which is the shallow water zone. Effective light penetrates up to the bottom, temperature is high. Limnatic zone, the central part of pond, effective light penetrates up to the bottom. Abundance of organisms and rich vegetation is found here. The profundal zone, which is the deep water zone, effective light cannot be penetrated. And the benthic zone, the bottom region of pond. The bottom dwelling organisms and decomposers can be found here. Now come to the point components. Like other ecosystems, pond ecosystem is also composed of abiotic and biotic components. Now come to the abiotic components. It includes light and temperature, the sole source of which is the sun, dissolved oxygen, level of oxygen required for the survival of the aquatic organisms, which is absorbed from the air and diffused in water. Then CO2, pH, which is the hydrogen ion concentration, ranges between slightly acidic, slightly alkaline or neutral. Turbidity, which is due to the suspended particles or clay, etc., which interferes with the light penetration or dissolved oxygen level. Then dissolved minerals, which includes the salts of calcium, of magnesium, potassium, etc., and compounds of nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. Now come to the biotic components. It is the living aquatic part or living aquatic organisms or living part of the pond. On the basis of trophic level, they are of the 3 types: producer, consumer, and decomposer. Now let us come to the producers. Producers, which are the aquatic green plants fixing energy and manufacture complex organic substances. They may be macrophytes or phytoplanktons. Macrophytes are rooted hydrophytes. Hydrophytes means they live in the water body. That's why called hydrophytes. For example, Typha or Vallisneria, or free-floating forms. For example, Acornia, Lemna, Azolla, etc. Phytoplanktons are minute, floating or suspended lower plants. Majority is algae. Consumers. Consumers are heterotrophic. Producers are autotrophic because they produce or manufacture their own food themselves. Consumers are heterotrophic because they depend on others or on producers for their food. These are of various types like Primary consumers. Primary consumers are directly associated with plants like zooplankton. These are microscopic plant eaters. For example, cyclops and daphnia, and benthos, which are living in the bottom of the pond, that is the benthic portion of the pond, including beetles, other insects, mollusca, etc. Next level of consumer is secondary consumers, which feed on primary consumers for their survival, include small fish, frog, crab, etc. Tertiary consumers, that is next level of consumers, which feed on primary and secondary consumers for their survival, include large fishes and turtles. And decomposers, they include mainly microbes like bacteria and fungi, which decompose the dead bodies of producers and consumers and convert them to some nutrients. They are also known as micro-consumers. They bring about the decomposition of the complex dead organic matter to simple forms. They play an important role to return the mineral to the medium of the pond. Thus, they play an important role in the ecosystem. Now let us come to the functional aspects of pond ecosystem. Functional aspects in a pond includes not only the interaction between biotic and abiotic components, but also interaction among the biotic components, which reflects in food chain and food web. Food chain is the sequential process of eating and being eaten. For example, it is a pond ecosystem where the sequence from producer to decomposers via various levels of consumers forming a food chain can be clearly seen, where producers, including various phytoplankton, algae, rooted or floating plants consumed by primary consumers, which mainly include herbivorous species. In turn, they are consumed by secondary consumers such as frog, small fish, crab, etc. And these are in turn consumed by tertiary consumers like large fish and turtle, etc. And after the death of these producers and various levels of consumers, decomposers decay their bodies. And food web is the networking process between various food chains in the pond ecosystem due to the various feeding habits of the aquatic organisms present in a pond. For example, this is a pond ecosystem where all the levels of biotic components are present, but how they are connected through their food chains to form a food web, let's see. This is a representation of all the levels of biotic components in the pond. Here you see the producers like algae can be consumed by the primary consumer zooplankton or insect or mollusca. Then phytoplankton can be consumed by zooplankton, insect or mollusca. Macrophytes can be consumed by insect or mollusca. Then come to the primary consumer. How they are consumed by the secondary consumer. Zooplankton can be consumed by small fish or crab. Insect can be consumed by small fish or crab. Mollusca can be consumed by crab, or in turn can be consumed sometimes by big fish, which is a tertiary consumer. Then small fish can be consumed by turtle or big fish. Crab can be consumed by turtle or big fish. And then again, sometimes small fish can be consumed by crab. Now, in this way, the various types of food chains can be interconnected due to their feeding habits to form a food web. In this way, by the interaction between the biotic and abiotic components and among the biotic components, a pond ecosystem can be managed. These are the suggested readings. Hope this discussion was helpful for you, or if you think this was helpful for you, then please like and subscribe our channel. If you have any query, then drop your queries to the given email ID. Thank you.